Hello, everybody. We are live. Can you hear me? Wow, it's so nice to see everybody and anyone that's watching this later, not tonight, tomorrow, the next week, whenever. Thank you so much for coming. So, we've had an absolutely beautiful day here in Southern Ontario. It was in the mid 70s. It was slightly overcast, and we had absolutely no rain. So, it was like the perfect day. So, I enjoyed my afternoon. I did some yoga out on the deck. I went out and checked on some flowers, and I found this. So this was, I've only had two of them open up so far, and the other one was way more yellow than this one. So this is apparently supposed to be, oh gosh, I can't remember which one it was. I got it in a seed swap, and it is a very lovely sunflower. So I would like to say hi to everyone in the hi, Lion Crest. Thank you for coming by. Hi, Stinky Puddle Ranch. Good to see you guys here. And hi, Slava from Kitchen Garden Therapy. So tonight I do have a special guest. Danny from Wicked Awesome Gardening is going to be popping in shortly. She's right in the middle of something right now. So thank you. Beautiful sun. Yeah, I believe it's Ruby Eclipse. Ruby Eclipse. I got it in a seed swap, and I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. The other one had a lot more yellow coloring, and then this one I went out today, and oh, she's just so pretty. Yeah, and then this opened up yesterday. Oh, this I really should have gone with a smaller picture. My first zinnia, yay! So my first zinnia, but I'm gonna go back to the snapdragons because that is my plant of the week. If you saw, I'm starting a new series. Hi, Arizona Kid. I'm starting a new series. It's coming out. My first video is coming out tomorrow morning, and it's going to be kind of early tomorrow morning because I have to get to work by 7, and so I want to be able to, send out my links and everything. So the video is probably going to be going live around 6:30 in the morning. So feel free to wait and watch it when you get up. So I'm starting this new series. It's not going to be long videos. I'm going to feature a certain plant that has just kind of grabbed my attention that week. I have a feeling pretty soon tomatoes are going to be on the list, but they're not ripe yet. So this week I was just sitting out on the deck. I think it was Monday night, sitting there with my husband. We're just sitting chatting. It was a beautiful evening. And I looked out and I just saw these snapdragons, and they were just so pretty. And I was just like, oh, I really, really love snapdragons. And I decided, you know what? So the thought all came. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I finally went yesterday. It had been so long. I had so much grow out. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's, I got a lot more layers, and I don't know. I just told her kind of, I want it shorter. I want layers. It was getting too heavy weight down. So it's funny because my hair, like before I went and got it cut yesterday, was the longest it has been in like 13 years. So my daughter's 12. Right after she was born, I chopped it off. So I had quite short hair. And the last few years, I've had like the angled bob. So it's like really short in the back and then comes down in the front, and it's very straight and like that angled bob thing. And then COVID hit, and normally I go to the hairdresser, every 3 to 4 months to keep the cut. And it was like, okay, 5-6 months. So I let it grow out. And then last summer, I decided for some reason to get bangs. So last August, I had like full bangs, and it was not great. So I let them grow out. And so I went yesterday and I was like, I need some help. I had to let it grow out and just kind of all over. I need something freshen up. So thank you so much. Thank you for noticing. So I still have the hair on tomorrow's video. So I decided I'm going to be doing this series of videos each week, and hopefully it will be my Friday morning video. We hope, depending on how editing and videos and weather and work and all that goes. That is the plan. And I do plan on giving away free seeds that I collect. So the very first one is coming out tomorrow, and that is going to be all about snapdragons. And I will be giving away 5 seed packets for the snapdragons. And the following ones, it will just kind of depend on what I feel, how many seeds I have and everything. So, looks like Danny is ready. She's going to pop in. I see her waiting in the wings. Are you there? Danny. All right. I don't know if you have your microphone on. Are you talking? She might have to get her microphone working. We'll see. Hi, Kiki. Thanks for joining.
Oh, goodness.
Thanks for joining. So, while Danny's getting her thing going, I will. Yeah, so if anyone has any plants that they're interested in maybe catching some free seeds, let me know. I don't know yet even what next week's plants are going to be. I'm just going to kind of wait until I go out in the garden and look around and see what it is. It's probably going to be, it might quite possibly be this stunner. I don't know. All right, Danny, did you go and turn your microphone on? Allow microphone. Can you hear me, Danny? Thumbs up if you can hear me. I don't know if she can hear me. All right, let's see. Can you hear me? I will send her a message. And now I know what I always laugh when everyone else is doing this on their videos. Let's see if she can get the text. I don't know if she's using her phone or a touchpad or what she's using. Poppies. Oh, you know what? My poppies, some of them are blooming, but so many of them got knocked down by the rain. As soon as we had so much rain, and as soon as it opened, it would just like, but I do have I did have a really, really pretty, amazing gray poppy that was absolutely stunning. So, Danny's, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to ban her, but we'll just, I think she's got to go and try and, try her mic out. And she can't hear anything. That's really weird. You guys can hear me, right? Well, thanks for stopping by, Arizona Kid. Good to have you here. Kids are back in school and I need to make dinner. Oh, no. Oh, no, those kids. Yeah. Fortunately, my daughter, she made her own dinner tonight. She had leftovers. What's everyone drinking tonight? I got some guava. I'm drinking a guava juice, one of my favorite juices. And I got a big pack of it at Costco. So, all right, I'm going to just send Danny one more invite message and see if she gets that. Hopefully. I'll send her the link again. Okay, so yeah, so the Snapdragons, I'm just sweet tea. Ooh, nice. Why is it ironic? Were you talking about guava today? At least I'm not drinking pawpaw juice. Although I could probably find some. I could probably go to the grocery store and find some pawpaw juice nearby at the Asian market. They have everything. We can get lychee juice. You can get passion fruit. Everything. Guava is just my favorite. Oh, okay. No, mine, unfortunately, it's not. But you know what? My favorite is gin. Gin and guava is amazing together. I highly recommend it. Slava's going to be doing like pawpaw juice when she finally gets hers. Okay, Danny, are you there? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear.
Oh, I can hear you.
Sort of.
I can hear you.
But
I can hear you now. Can everyone hear Danny? You're a little distorted. I don't know if you can check. Oh, sorry. If you can go in and change the clarity on your camera, or if it's just because you're on a mobile or something. You're probably fine. I'm just looking at my big screen. But so, you've had a bit of a whirlwind day, eh? Okay. Captain Mar, I can't do rum. I can't do rum. Sorry.
Nope. Now I can't hear you at all.
Oh, I can hear you though. I can hear you now. That's really weird. 20 years of wind.
Now I can hear you, but I don't think you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. We're good.
Yay!
Yay! You got it figured out.
Yeah. Yes. Now I just need to. I wish I had my stand, but
well, it'll be a good workout. You can swap arms. So how is it growing? Those tomatoes, you finally got them. You finally got your tomatoes all.
Yeah. Yep, they are all pruned. They are all, well, no, one bed. I've got a whole other bed, but it's not nearly as bad as that one because it was planted much, much later.
Oh, okay. It's the triage bed?
Yeah, so that's not going to be the big project.
Yeah.
I attempted to harvest potatoes yesterday. I'll have to see that video for how that turned out.
I was intrigued by the cover on that. I was like, oh, I have a feeling it's going to look a lot like my onion harvest. That will
the plants completely disappeared. Like with all the rain and everything like that, they literally disintegrated and the plants were gone.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think I started that harvest not very hopeful, and you'll just have to see how it turns out.
That's unfortunate.
But I'm getting lots of peppers.
Clematis. Yeah, one of my clematis, one spring I went out, it was a beautiful white, I think it was called a Niobe or something like that. And I had it growing up the fence, and I went out one spring and there was just a hole in the ground where it used to be.
Terrible.
So, yeah, my clematis disappeared, and apparently Danny's potatoes. I'm just catching Kiki up in the chat. Hey, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. Speaking of juice, I'm juicing, but I didn't juice it myself, but I'm drinking juice. Does that count? I would have a literal party if a tree took 20 years. I'll be too old to enjoy it. I'll be too old to even forget what I was making. Hey, Paula and Randy. Thanks for coming. I usually try to lower my expectations so I don't, yeah. I think that's what you got to do with gardening. It's like, you know what, if I get a handful of tomatoes off this plant, I'll be happy. So that way when you get more, although, oh, you want to see something sad? I'll show you something sad. This is I'm seeing all these people with their zucchinis and how much zucchini they have coming up. And they don't know what to do with their zucchini and asking for recipes. And I'm like, here's my zucchini. Oh, can you see it? Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
That's it.
Squash bug?
It's about, no, just it got started late. It got planted out late, and it was the only possible place in the garden I could grow it. And I just don't think it's getting enough sun. And we've had so much rain, like we haven't had a lot of sun anyways, but
true.
No, it hasn't had any bug damage, like not much. And it looks white because I sprinkled a bunch of diatomaceous earth all over it. Just in case. So yeah, that's exciting. This one's bigger. This is my patty pan squash. And it's actually got a fairly thick stalk, and it's probably, I don't know, maybe 18 inches, 20, maybe it could be almost 2 feet tall. Let's give it that. We'll say it's 2 feet tall. I don't think
my spaghetti squash, I'm going to be drowning in spaghetti squash.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
It's taken over almost the entire 10 feet of trellis. It's up and over and halfway down the other side to meet the cucumbers that are coming up that side.
Thanks for the hug, Stacy. Glad to see you here. Your patty pan is giving you nothing. Well, this is all I got. I haven't even had a flower open on it yet, so we'll see. I did start them late because I didn't have room to really start anything. I kind of had to wait until everything else got planted, so they got started late. So we'll see. I have them wrapped in foil around the roots. And I haven't really seen any squash bugs or anything like that here because I don't have any squash. So maybe they won't know it's here this year. Although, I was watching Garden Answer this morning, and Laura was out at her grandparents, and they had a bunch of squash, and they planted buckwheat in with the squash because they said apparently buckwheat attracts a beneficial insect that kills squash beetles. So, and she didn't know that either. She just learned that too. She's like, oh, I was like, so that's interesting. So I don't know. And buckwheat's beautiful. If you've seen it blooming, it's absolutely beautiful. It's these pretty red and pink flowers on them. So that's the tip of the day. Thank you, Laura, for buckwheat. So I was talking to Nicole earlier about it because she's been fighting with the bugs on her stuff and talking about cover crops. But I don't know. Does anyone here do any cover crops for fall, winter? I just don't know how practical. Oh, Bye, Danny. I just don't know how practical cover crops would be for me. Like, I don't really have like any like raised garden beds. Like, everything I plant in is pots. And so normally when I I don't know what you did there. Normally at the end of the year, I just dump all my pots out into kind of a big pile and then go from there. So I've never really thought to do a cover crop. So I don't know, but buckwheat, quinoa, cowpeas, these are all supposed to be great cover crops. Have you thought of doing any of that, Danny? Because you have actually like raised beds when you're done with the season. Are you going to put anything in there to kind of help it?
I haven't before, but I've been considering clover.
Okay.
You know, feed those wretched bunnies. But then, you know, and then till it all, you know, kind of back in. Like, I'm kind of like a no-till person, but you've got to work it into the soil after. So you're going to have to till. So I'm 50-50. The thing is, if you don't cover the space in your bed, Mother Nature is going to cover it with something themselves. She's going to choose. So
the cowpeas are really cool too, I've seen. Okay, let me just check the chat. I saw someone. Oh, buckwheat is dope, as the kids say. Thanks, Lioncrest. It's dope. And Stinky Puddle Ranch says we like to use clover and buckwheat as cover crops. Nice. The buckwheat is so pretty. I was shocked the first time I saw it. I was like, ooh, that is very, very pretty. I think it was in maybe the Baker Creek Dream Catalog. Oh, I bought that last year as a treat because of everything that was going on. I paid the extra and I bought the whole seed catalog from Baker Creek, and it was like it was $9.99 on sale Canadian. And they had a whole section on the buckwheat, I think it was, and some cover crops. And I couldn't believe how pretty it was. I was like, oh, that's beautiful. So yeah, I'm kind of interested, but I just don't know like where I would plant them. Because I usually just like my beds are usually flowers. This year I have some veggies kind of mixed in, but it's basically it just goes until everything freezes and dies, and then that's it for the season.
It was a total flower failure this year.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, because the bunnies ate them all.
Yeah.
I planted 6 entire seed packets of sunflowers. I have not a single sunflower. All those morning glories, nothing. Not a single one.
And I can't believe you can't grow morning glories. That's really sad.
I had one make it and start twining up the fence.
Yeah.
It got about 3 feet tall, and then the bunny came along and munched it right at the bottom. It's like, that was spite is what that was.
Okay, so what is this?
Why, I don't know, because they've eaten a million beans.
Okay, what is it? Masha? Mache? Paper mache? What are you growing? My kale survived 2 degrees and below freezing for beyond 120 hours. Came back after the frost as well. My kale, I had my kale out. I had my spinach out. I had my cool flowers already out and planted in the ground. And we got hit with like a week that went down to like 26, 27 degrees. And it was down there up and down for about a week. And we had some snow, but not a lot. And it was really deep freeze, for that time of the year in March, I think it was. And she's back. And you're like a cat. You're like a cat. You keep going in and out.
I hit the button.
MASH. Okay, so what is MASH? You're going to have to tell us, Slava. Do you want to pop up and tell us? Are you dressed? I don't think I've heard of that. Yeah, I was shocked how well the kale did. So I do plan on starting soon another round of some greens I want to do into the winter. And I do have a cold frame that I could set over them. That's like maybe like a 3x3 kind of cold frame thing. But I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out because I'm growing my greens in containers.
So I have the raised beds with the cattle panel trellises.
Right.
And I got the 8-foot panels instead of the 16 for to go between 2 of my beds, because what I'll do in the fall as it starts to get cold, I'm planning to plant a whole bunch of spinach, kale, and then whatever, cold hardy type of things like Brussels sprouts will be in there as well. I'll take those 8-foot cattle panels that I've put together in an arch. I'll take them apart, bend them over the 4-foot beds, and then put some greenhouse cover on that. And so that way it's kind of like a little mini, like a low tunnel that will help. It'll keep the bunnies out of my kale, for one thing. So it'll keep the kale and the Brussels sprouts and things, a bit warmer through the winter. So hopefully I'm going to see how long I can get that kale to go through winter here.
My husband bought me another green Oh, you and your green stalks.
Oh,
so jealous. Kiki's husband bought her another green stalk. Now your lettuce can make. Oh, that's nice. Nice. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining us. And I think Slava's going to pop up real quick to explain whatever this mash. They call it mash.
Yay.
Mash corn salad. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of mash? Mash. Never heard of it. Interesting. All right. Did I miss anything else in the chat? I don't think so.
With her butter tasting corn.
Here she is. Hi, Slava. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Hi. So yeah, I'm just going to hop for a second because in the middle of making some food for dinner. But I'm listening to you guys and even try to comment.
Well done.
So mash is a French vegetable, and it's known here as corn salad because they would plant it after they pull out the corn. So usually like in September, October, the corn would be gone and they would plant mash. And it's just a low growing greens, like kind of like spinach. But spinach does put a long stalks afterwards. Mash doesn't. And it blooms, like if you plant it in the spring, it blooms around June time with these tiny little white flowers. And then it self-seeds. So then it pops up again in the fall, if you don't pull it out, of course. And it's delicious. I love it. It's so cool. And it's very cold hardy. Like if you leave it in the fall, it will overwinter. It's so hardy.
All right.
So cool.
That's going on the list. I have heard of corn salad, and I know a few times I've gone out with like my plant app to find like this weed. What is this weed? And they're like, it's corn salad. And I'm like, I don't think so.
No, I don't think
so. And I'm scared, right? Yeah. Oh.
I don't think so. Like the purslane grows here as weed. And it's it's great. I love it. But mash, I've never seen it as weed. Maybe in Canada, I don't know, but here, no.
No, I just think the app's getting it wrong. It's too similar or something. Hi, Hickory Craft Farm. Thanks for joining. We are talking about corn salad or mash. Now, I've heard of corn salad, and I do think I remember reading about that also in the Baker Creek catalog.
Yeah, they have it.
All right, it's gonna go on the list. I've already got my list coming.
Be back in 1 second. This time I'm jumping out on purpose. Hold on.
All right, so this lady here, Olivia, at the bottom, that's actually my hairdresser, and they already complimented me, Louise. Thank you so much. I'm loving the hair.
Yes, did a great job.
Didn't she? Thank you.
Yeah,
she's using her daughter's account, it looks like. Hi, Louise.
I need a haircut too. I keep wearing my ponytail, and I'm like embarrassed to do it.
Well, I've been wearing my hair up in a clippy for like the past 2 weeks solid, so I'm like, yeah, it's time. I gotta go in. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so there was, the purslane. Okay, so I pulled this stuff out of my garden every year for years. It was like the bane of my existence. It was everywhere. And then last year I hear, you can use it as an herb. And then I've actually seen where like it flowers and it's really pretty. Yeah. Do you think I've seen one in my garden this year at all? Not a single one. I even looked like down at the circle. I saw one in someone's driveway on a job we were doing. And I was like, It crossed my mind. Would they think I was a crazy person if I went and like they're looking out the window, I'm like digging the weeds up out of their yard and putting it in a container to take home? So yeah, I was actually really disappointed to not have the purslane this year. I keep an eye, like I look in my neighbors' yards and stuff. If I see it there, I'll ask them. Can I take your weed?
I have so much purslane growing in my garden.
Are they flowering? Like I saw a picture of it. It was flowering and it was really, really pretty. Yeah.
Yeah,
mine has not.
Like 1 year it flowers and 1 year it doesn't. I don't know if it.
I wonder if it's like a biannual type thing or not. Do you eat it? Like, what does it taste like? Because I've never had it. And then I can see, like, I even saw you can like buy it at the grocery store, and I was like,
it tastes weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's crunchy. It's like you're biting a cucumber.
Yeah, it's very like
It accumulates.
it's like a really,
nutrients as
really
well.
tiny thin
Wow.
bite of Napales.
Yeah, I think it's like related to succulents, so that's why it's crunchy probably.
Maybe kind of like a. Oh, can you make
Mhm.
tequila out of it?
I don't
I
know,
mean, I'd
maybe-
juice it.
Get on that,
I've never
Lion
thought of doing that, but you could juice it.
Get on that, Lion Crest. Juice it, and let's see if we can ferment it and make purslane liquor.
maybe purslane mead.
Purslane mead.
Ooh.
We could be famous. We could be famous for inventing it. It's like a cucumber mixed with a bit of citrus. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting. Yeah. A
Yeah,
very
to me,
fresh
to
taste.
me, it does
sounds
taste
right.
like cucumber. Yeah, from.
I discovered the use of sumac
Oh, I love sumac.
recently. You know, well, in the last year or so. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah,
I started
I
putting
use
that
some-
on everything. It's like little bit of like almost like fresh squeezed lime kind of a flavor with a kick of like a smoky. I don't know how to describe it
Do
either.
you buy it in like berries or like powder?
I buy like the powder in like the
Powder?
bulk section. I have a little baggie of it. Then I can never remember what it is. Like, what the heck is in this baggie? I keep forgetting to label it till I sniff it, and I'm like, oh yeah.
I love it on like traditionally it's been used in Middle East on kebabs.
Yeah.
When they take kebabs off the grill, they sprinkle it with sumac, and oh my god, it's so good. It adds that.
I didn't know you could
Uh,
eat that.
sour-
All I think of when I hear of that is itchy.
Well,
So-
there's an edible one and a not edible one. So
Yeah.
don't just be going
Yeah.
around the neighborhood because we have them growing wild back here, and I don't think it's the.
These are not edible. The edible
the
sumac
poisonous
grows
ones,
down
yeah.
south. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the ones we have here, we have a ton of them. They're beautiful and they have amazing fall color, but these ones are poisonous.
Yeah, I have a sumac tincture somewhere over here sitting. I bought sumac.
Of course you
berries.
do.
I bought sumac berries from the farmers market a couple of years ago. No, last year, yeah. And they were fresh, like just on the bench.
Oh wow.
Sorry. And I just picked them up and I crushed them and I put some vodka on it, and so I have the tincture. It's supposed to be very good for digestive system, so I'm just keeping it just in case, like the rest of
Yeah.
the tinctures.
I prefer to put it on my shawarma, but thanks. No. I put it on my barahara, the potatoes. Oh, I love the Lebanese potatoes.
It's
With
good.
the aioli and the
I
garlic.
love finding out about new stuff I can put on my food.
Yeah, check out the sumac. Look in. It's probably in like the Middle Eastern section of your grocery store.
Yeah, Middle Eastern stores have it.
Even my daughter loves it. There are very few poisonous ones in Ontario. Are a very few. Yeah. You know what? It's cheap. I'm just going to buy it. I'm not going to risk going around back behind the house and. But thanks, Hickory. I have read, like, I was reading something actually about sumac just recently, and or sumac. And they were talking about how, yeah, there's actually not as Disney movie time. Woohoo! Sounds fun. Thank you so much for stopping in, Kiki, and good luck with your hours. Just so you know, people, Kiki is getting close, and she needs some extra hours over on her channel so she can get monetized. So thank you so much for popping in, and good luck, Kiki. And don't forget to hit the like button before you go.
Actually, I'm going to hop out too because
Okay.
I have to make dinner.
All right. Thank
But
you
I'll
so
still
much.
be on listening. But-
Okay, we won't talk about you then. Well, that was interesting. Lion Crush, you want to pop in and tell us more about sumac? I mean, not sumac. Purslane. Am I saying it right? I don't even know how to say it. I've only ever read it.
Purslane.
Purslane? Yeah.
A little more emphasis on the like purslane instead of
Purslane.
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 So like, yeah.
All right. Because it drives me nuts when I listen to people and they keep saying that's something like totally wrong. It's like, ah. Although I find that a lot of things are regional. With like pronunciation.
Like I had never heard the pronunciation of the word aphid before. Very many people also say aphids.
Oh, I've never heard ephid.
I have from a lot of people, and I'm like, but
Oh.
yeah, it's also like a,
You're
tomato.
breaking up. You're breaking up. Are you there?
Boo. I have to move you closer to the window.
Okay. All right.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I had never heard anyone say clematis as clematis in my life until I was watching the Impatient Gardener, and I was like, "What is she talking about? what was that plant?" Sounds. I don't know. I don't prefer that pronunciation. And it's funny because I grew up in Oregon on the West Coast, and so when Laura on Garden Answer mispronounces things, they sound normal to me because that's how I grew up. Like foliage, I always said foliage, not foliage. So when she says foliage, I'm like, what? And then my husband was like, who says foliage? And I'm like, everybody. I say foliage. Yeah, so
I'm a New Englander. I'm a New Englander, so it's foliage for me. But
foliage, yeah.
But I've heard both.
Yeah, and then I know someone that always says foliage, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, I've heard that too.
That one I know is not. No, the I and the O are not in the right spot on that one, but. Well, you get a pass. You get a pass, Slava. She says she mispronounces things all the time because she's still learning English. If you speak another language, if English is not your first language, you get a total pass. English is my first and only language, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly. So my brother dated a girl from China for a while, and she came in. One of the very first things she said to me in talking around is she goes, "Okay, so I got a joke for you." And said, okay, well, she's, what do you call somebody that speaks 2 languages? Bilingual. Yeah. What do you call somebody who speaks 3 languages? Trilingual. What do you call someone who only speaks 1 language? American. And I went,
yep.
Accurate. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So just, you already speak 1 more language than I do, and maybe more. So you know what? More power to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here in Canada, like French is like the second official language.
Yeah. Right.
So they're learning it in school. And I'm like, if it's not on a menu, I've picked up a bit because everything has to be labeled in English and French. So everything at the grocery store, ketchup, everything has to be labeled in both. So I'm learning a bit that way. Like I can look at something that says raisin and I know it's grape.
I also speak little kid.
Yeah, I speak little kid. Yeah, exactly. She speaks 3 languages and is learning a 4th. Overachiever.
I speak sarcasm.
I speak sarcasm fluently, yes. And a little bit of Pig Latin. I did learn that when I was a kid.
Or if you're old enough, you speak ubby dubby.
Yeah.
No. I didn't think you were, but no. I am.
No, you're old enough for that? You're not older than me. Are you older than me?
Huh?
Are you older than me? I don't know.
We're probably pretty close in age, but no, my mother would. Yeah.
Your mother.
I'm not that
Your mother's older than me. I'll just go with that. Your mother is sure to be older than me.
Yes. Hey, I've got children in college. 2 children in college. So.
Oh, okay. My daughter's young, but I had her late. So there's that.
Yeah.
My
daughters are older, but I had them early. Yeah. So balances out.
Yeah, we're probably pretty close in the same age. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter down the street, her friends, their mother's Vietnamese and their father's Cantonese, and they both speak both languages fluently and English.
Lucky kids.
The one girl is reading some books in Korean. And then she was like, yeah, but I suck at French. I'm like, I think you're good. I wouldn't stress out about the French too much. Hey, OCD chick, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that's 2 languages, sarcasm and So,
sorry, just checking something.
I grew up on the West Coast. I picked up a little bit of Spanish, but I've probably forgotten most of whatever I've learned. But I can get around. I can get around a menu at a restaurant in quite a few languages. I can manage that.
I took German for 4 years.
Yeah,
Ask me how much German I remember.
not a bit. I know. Yeah. Bratwurst. Bratwurst.
Sorry, I'm just looking for something.
Anyone in the chat, aside from Slava, speak another language besides English? Anyone else have a second language? That's
And
interesting.
We get some
I wish
other
I had
sarcasm
more.
speakers. All right.
We had to in high school in order to graduate. They kind of came in with this rule at the end of my high school years that you had to have a second language in order to graduate. And I had taken 4 years of computer programming, and it counted as a language. Because it was such a gray area because they had just put it in, and I got to slide with that one. So thank you, C++. So I'm just going to start here. Yeah. So here we go. This is the okay. Slava loves languages. Eastern European languages are very easy for me, but my husband's native language of Farsi is so hard. Oh, I bet.
I have heard that is very difficult.
And Hickory Croft took French all through high school, but if you don't keep up with it, it disappears. Yes. And OCD has a little Spanish. Nice. Yeah, I really wish I had it is coming back now that the kids are in French. Yeah, I tried to kind of learn along with my daughter. Like when she first started, I did downloaded Duolingo, and I was doing it, and but just like the French, and especially here we have like the French Canadian accent is not great. It's not the Parisian French accent at all. It's very different, and I'm just like, no, she's in grade. She's went into grade 7 now, and yeah, she's so far beyond me. I'm still in like lesson 5 of Duolingo 5 years later, so that did not go over super well, unfortunately. I kept forgetting to ask: is the I was going to check, is the summer recipe thing still going on with Gail and Granny and all those? Because my daughter finally came up with a recipe for me to do on that one, and I go, oh, I don't know if that thing is over yet, or if I can still hashtag it. She has a recipe that she wants me to do. It's her absolute favorite dessert, so that's so what was I going to show you next? So yeah, my Snapdragons, some of it is coming back.
Pretty.
End of July. Okay, I gotta squeeze in there and get those. So yeah, I do talk about my Snapdragons quite a bit in the video tomorrow, but it's not super long. Kicking it with Harold and friends. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. Yes, I just posted a short. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, my Snapdragons, I fell in love with them last year. I had never really grown more than just like a 6-pack of them. They were always my mother's favorite. And then last year, my daughter and I went to Seedy Saturday, and we got 2 packets of seeds. One said petunias and one said Snapdragons. And bye, Danny. And we got home, and I did the winter sowing method with both of them. I put them in the strawberry containers, and they all grew. And they were all Snapdragons. So that's what you get for paying 25 cents for. Let me see if I can get her back in. There we go. That's what you get for paying 25 cents for a pack of seeds that just say Snapdragons on it and petunias. So I think there were only 2 petunias that came up out of the entire thing. The rest were all Snapdragons. And so I planted them out, and I have never in my life had or seen that many Snapdragons. And they did so well. They bloomed all summer long. They were so crammed together because I had seeded on the hill. And then we had a rainstorm. So I learned that you can completely disregard any and all spacing when it comes to most annuals. I learned that. And I cut them all season long. The more I cut them, the more they bloom. They last really well in a vase. Or vase, as I like to say when I'm making a fancy arrangement. That's when I get fancy. And they bloomed. And then they say, oh, because I was reading the book Cool Flowers, and Lisa Mason Ziegler talks about how they're cold hardy, and you can plant them, in the fall in certain climates, or you can plant them out early in the spring. And I'd been very hesitant and slightly skeptical of this, But we had snow out in the front. We had like a snowbank that lasted for several days. It was like 2 feet high, and it melted. And then there were the snapdragons, and they were still blooming. They were still green. They weren't dead, and they were still blooming. Everything else was dead, but I still had these little snapdragons hanging on. And then this spring, when I went out in March to check stuff, there was still some snow on the ground, and I noticed I had stuff coming out from the rootstock. I had expected it to self-seed because they said it would do that, but I had not expected it to survive the winter and come back. So that was very, very exciting. Yeah. So these are very hardy seeds. I will be collecting and giving away in my seed. So make sure you comment on the video tomorrow if you want to be entered into the seed giveaway. And then the giveaway will happen once I finally have enough seeds to collect from it to give away. Hi, Rochelle and Danny. Love following your channels. You guys are the thanks, Joe. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Giveaways. The king of seed giveaways. Are you guys?
He really is. He is the seed giveaway king.
I know. I'm gonna have to just fake the music when I do it. Dun, 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 dun. So you're all set. Tomorrow's the big day, right, Joe? You're all set, ready? Get your rest tonight.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow is the 23rd.
Tomorrow is Joey's day.
All right.
We'll be thinking of you and hope everything goes smoothly. It'll be such a relief to have that behind you and recovery and all of that. That'll be great. You need to plant some snapdragons. Never had them before. Well, make sure to comment on the video tomorrow and maybe you could be a lucky winner. 7 a.m. Oh my goodness. You should be in bed. Not that I want you to leave, but you should be in bed, buddy. Oy, you probably can't sleep though. Nerves. How long of a surgery do they think it's going to be?
Oh, hey, I got to jump out for a few minutes.
Okay.
Let me know if you end the stream, but I'm either jumping out and I'll see you later, or I'll be jumping back in like 5-10 minutes.
Okay. If I'm still here, pop in.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us. All right. Oh, you're working till midnight. Okay. 4-hour surgery. Oh my goodness. Although as surgery goes, that's not too bad, right? Yeah. He's a strong kid. He's a tough kid. He'll be just fine, Joe. We'll be rooting for you though, for sure. For sure. Has anyone else grown snapdragons? Any snapdragon questions? Oh, I got to see if I can find the picture. Have you guys ever seen snapdragon seeds? Because snapdragon seeds are some of the creepiest things I have ever seen. They're totally creepy. They look kind of like, I'm trying to find my pictures I took yesterday. I put them up on the video, so they will be in the video. But here, I gotta find it. They look like little skulls or like a monkey face. Do you see? Oh, I gotta go the other way. Do you see that? You see that? Tell me that's not kind of creepy. I gotta get another shot, I think. Thanks, Hickory Croft. Thanks for coming by. Go have dinner. Hope you're having a delicious dinner, maybe even with something you grew in the garden. That'd be exciting. I'm not there yet. Okay. This is going to be actually super creepy because it's right behind my head. Can you see this? Like, tell me that's not like the creepiest. So this is how you know when the seed pod is ready, because it's brown. And then if you don't see any holes, it won't. But then it does this. It gets 2 like triangles at the top and then a larger one at the bottom, and then dumps out a ton of seeds. It's absolutely, the first time I grew them, I was like, what the heck is that? So here they are on they don't look quite as creepy when they're on just move it around. But yeah. Yeah, so they're super creepy, but they're super cool. And they have a ton of seeds, and they're tiny. Like, you can see how tiny these seeds are. They're not as small as petunias, but more kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Poppy seeds, kind of like the size of a poppy seeds. Yeah, isn't that gross? Yeah, Yeah, I don't know why they're called snapdragons. Maybe the dragon comes from the name of the seed pod. Ooh, I have no idea. Ghost dragons, yeah. They're really cool. I do think they're cool. Although my absolute favorite seed of all time is the 4 o'clocks. I don't know if you've ever seen 4 o'clocks, but they are very tiny. I'll get a picture up here for you. They look like little grenades. So I call them Barbie grenades. I should do a photo shoot with the Barbies. They're really cool looking. They're like really dark. So in order to grow 4 o'clocks, which I actually have some blooming. Oh, I don't think I took any pictures, but I have some pink ones blooming in the garden, and they just opened up like last week, and they're absolutely beautiful. I have yellow, and it said red, but it's like a hot pink. And here, let me see. So I'm just pulling this image off of the intranet. So this is not my photo, but I have one that looks just like this. So here you can see they look like they have this really kind of pointy little shape, and then they have little bumps on them, and then they have this little thing on the end. And they're about this size. They're about the size of, I don't know, maybe like a little bit bigger than an apple seed. So yeah, super cool. So maybe I will be doing a plant of the week for 4 o'clocks soon. And if you follow along, you could maybe win some of my 4 o'clocks. I got some yellow ones and some like reddish pink ones that I got in a seed swap last year. Oh, looks like Danny's knocking. Danny's knocking. Oh, she's escaping.
I'm free. I'm walking down the street. Hold on.
She's walking. She's just walking down the street like you do.
Like you do.
Are you leaving? Oh, she's getting in her car. She's leaving.
No, I'm not going to be driving. I'm just going to get in here where I can actually hear you.
Yeah. You want those 4 o'clock seeds. Okay. Well, you know what? Last fall, I did a ton of seed swaps. If you see the seeds that are growing in my backyard, and I planted almost everything in the backyard was from seed. I only bought like a couple coleus and a couple plants this year. Everything else I grew from seed. And like 99% of the seeds I got were free in seeds. Well, not free because you have to pay for the postage. But I got them in seed swaps. So I am Forever Blooms with Jennifer. Yay, 2 channels I follow. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to join us. Thank you. You'll pay shipping? Yeah, no problem. No problem. When I collect seeds, I will let everyone know. And I'll probably be talking more about like seed collecting and how to do seed swaps and all of that. Last year, I donated a ton of seeds to one of the Canadian seed banks. So 2 lovely ladies have started a seed bank. They have a tomato seed bank, which is kind of separate, tomato and peppers. And then the other lady is doing the flower part. And so if you're in Canada, you can check out some seeds from the seed bank. So there's always that, or we can just do some swaps. So last year I did some swaps where just, if you had stuff I wanted, I had stuff you wanted, or I would just have someone say, hey, just send me a stamped envelope or whatever, or PayPal the money or whatever, e-transfer for postage and get it out. So that sounds good. OCD trick. I will remember that when I'm ready. Unfortunately, I don't have any seeds left from last year. And I didn't have great germination rate on the ones I got in the swap. I planted 16 and I got 4 that came up out of those 16. So I don't know if it was something I did wrong, if it was just something, if it's just harder to germinate. Like it's a very tough seed. And so I did snip it and I filed it and then I soaked it and I did all of that like you're supposed to, just like I did with my canna lilies. But my canna lily seeds, I also planted 16 of those and I had 14 of those come up. So I don't know if it's just the seeds, but I had a ton of yellow one self-seed in the garden this year. Of course, not where I wanted them. So I kept digging them up and putting them. You're like, no, you're not supposed to be here, because they get pretty big. Like it's a decent sized shrub. I would say like the size of like a large pepper plant. They can get pretty big. And they bloom prolifically. Like they just bloom. And they have so many seeds. And they actually work really well in cut flower bouquets. I really like them because they kind of had like this kind of a loose branching effect, and so you could kind of stick them in. It was a nice little pop of color, but I only had the yellow last year, and this year I have the red as well. So cool beans. Yeah, sounds good. So I think that'd be kind of cool to do some seed swapping. And then, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. I made a spreadsheet because I was talking about this. I've been in a few chats where we talked about this, but the one main chat, I was over in Pam on container crops, and we were talking about when everyone's doing their lives, and it's kind of hard to kind of keep track of when to do their lives, and then like newer people want to do their lives, but you know, you don't want to go live when someone else is going live. So tonight I started at 8 o'clock because I know Mr. Lioncrest has his lives earlier on Thursday, but they go long sometimes. So last year, last time, 2 weeks ago, I'm doing my live every other week. I closed out, I finished the broadcast, and I looked and I saw Lioncrest was still going, and he had a full chat going on over there. So to kind of help everyone figure out, you know, who's going when, and also like when people are, let me see, when people are like releasing their videos. So I'm trying to do, like, I started off with like every Sunday, I was trying to do like one video a week minimum, Sunday mornings. That was just kind of the morning I picked, because with working during the week, I had time like Saturday to kind of finish editing and getting it all posted. And then I'm trying to add a Friday morning because my Google Analytics, I think everyone's Friday morning, 10 o'clock on Friday is supposed to be the best time to release a video. So I've been trying to hit that one. And
yeah, I try to hit 2 to 3 times a week for the long form videos. And then I post shorts at random when I feel like doing it, honestly. But yeah, trying to get in that 2 to 3 a week was a little rough when I was sick or it was raining. So it really depends on the weather and what's going on.
Yeah, I was worried about it. Like, I didn't want to overdo it, right? Like, I was like, I don't want to commit to like 3 a week and then just, you know, not be able to keep up with that. And
yeah, you don't want to burn out.
Yeah, I didn't want to burn out, and then I didn't want to be like, it's like I don't have a very big yard. I don't have a whole lot of things growing that are different. Like, I can't do a plant tour every week because it looks exactly the same as it did the week before, especially at this stage of the growing season, right? In another, you know, month or whatever, like once the tomatoes start coming in, things will start changing. I will be doing a July tour next week, so I'm kind of just watching like once a month. Mainly because I haven't hemmed my dress that I made to wear, so I have to hem it first. So
I've been trying to nail down a regular time for my lives for a while. Yeah. And with theater and softball and babysitting for someone else's softball games, it's been kind of crazy. But I think I'm settling on like every other Monday for now, and then maybe during the winter when it's slow, I might go to weekly, just, you know, as a way to, I don't know, pass the winter and dream about the garden. And
yeah,
which reminds me, I'm getting on that kind of hopes and dreams video I've been talking about for a month.
Yeah.
Finally got it written out and framed, and yeah.
So if you're in the chat and you have a channel, which I'm pretty sure you all do, if you want to hit the link that I just posted, go over to the spreadsheet, and that's where you're going to put your name. I have columns, so you can put your name, your channel name, the day you publish most of your videos, the day you have your live, if you have it on a schedule, and then a link to your YouTube channel, your Instagram, your Facebook. And that way we can all get everything figured out. I wish I could do monthly tours on my channel, but I'm struggling even with once a week. I did a tour in June and probably won't do another one until next year. Oh, well, you know what? You just got to do what you got to do. You can't compare or try and do what anyone else is doing with their garden because everything is so different. Thanks, Misunderstood. Good night. Hope you have a lovely evening and an even lovelier Friday.
I love her.
Yes, she's great. She's great. You caught me live. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Gigi. Nice to see you. Yeah, we know Joe. You still have to go put it in the chat, though, Joe. You have to put it on the link. Here, I'll put the link again. So yeah, if you just want to put it out there, it's great for people to be able to just to kind of schedule, and then to make sure you're not like missing anybody. If you want to watch their lives and you're like, oh, I always forget what time they're on, right? And if you want to start a live and you have like all of the same, friends and viewers as say Joe, don't be starting a live Sunday night. Don't be stupid.
I will say, Joe, I dearly love you, but I'm going to have so much trouble when Roots and Refuge comes back with their Sunday lives. I'm going to be like,
Oh, you're going to have two different.
Yeah. I'll have you on my iPad. I'll have them on my phone. It'll be fine. Nice.
Yep. Oh, Joe's filling it out right now. It always creeps me out when you can see someone else typing on the shared spreadsheet. It's like, woo.
Here's a ghost.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. So yeah, I just made that spreadsheet last night. I shared it with Pam. I sent it to her on Facebook, but I don't know if she's seen it yet. She says she doesn't see messages very well, so I popped into her live last night. So yeah, feel free to put it on there. And it's also a nice way to share your Instagram and Facebook pages if you have those as well, Facebook groups and all of that. Drive safely, Danny.
Well, we're not even looking at you.
Good, just ignore us. We're not even here.
Yeah, so I was sitting there waiting. I live on the coast, and the bridge opened to let some cars through, so I was just sitting there waiting.
I miss that. I miss being late for work because a boat had to go across the intercoastal. I used to live in Florida, and I would take the long way. Even though I could hop on I-95, I would always go A1A in the mornings, get up early, and grab my coffee and drive right along the beach from Boca all the way down to Fort Lauderdale. Absolutely gorgeous, loved it. But oh my God, I can't tell you how many times you get caught by a stupid bridge. And then the boat, it's like, oh, they can't get the boat started, and they take forever to get through, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they keep it open for ones that don't need it.
It automatically saves, Joe. It automatically saves. You don't have to save it. Thank you so much.
I was confused by that too. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's how the Google Sheets are. You don't have to save. It just automatically saves everything. So if you do like make a mistake and like delete someone else's information, it's gone as well. That's why I posted at the top. If you don't know how to use this form and you're not sure how to do it, just email me your information and I will take care of it for you. So Miss Gigi, so I've noticed recently like several different people have like married couples have like their separate YouTube accounts. And then some people have like the combined, I was going to say the conjoined, but that's not the word. Like the combined YouTube account. So I just want, like, are you competitive? I just wonder, like, are you like, oh, I had more views than you did. I have more subscribers. Or do y'all have pretty much like the same subscribers subscribe to you both? Is there a competition? I'm just curious. Not that I would be that way with my husband.
Oh, I would be.
No.
I don't have a husband, but you know.
I'm lying.
It's just me. Although my kids and I talk about, my YouTube versus their TikTok. So.
My daughter made me start TikTok. And so on TikTok, I've only put like a couple of reels that I've done on Instagram. And like my reels will get, like 1,000 views or whatever. And then I just put the exact same thing over onto TikTok and they get like 3. I think I have 2 followers. I don't know who these 2 sorry people are, but I have 2 followers on TikTok. So yeah, I told my daughter I'm going to have to turn it over to her. Not so much for YouTube, but for everything else. Absolutely. You're competitive.
Be the social media manager.
Yeah. Yeah. She should definitely be. So lovely. My area has a lot of rural farming areas and beach towns, South Jersey. It's nice, except the humidity is killer. Yeah, humidity is pretty bad. Yeah. We have been really humid this year. A lot of rain.
So humid.
But this week we've had a bit of a break from we haven't had as much rain and we haven't had as much heat. But now we're getting the smog, the smoke from the wildfires up north. So it's been kind of hazy and we've had like air quality warnings. It's like, we finally get a break from the rain and now we have air quality warnings.
Well, then Serena over on You Can't Eat the Grass was like, she had to go to the hospital.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
She just, they're overdoing it. It was so hot. They're out there in the heat, and it's just so hot. I don't know how they're harvesting it at like 105. Oh my God. Hey,
I never even realized it got that hot in Canada. Maybe that's just, you know.
It's just a fluke. Hopefully it's a fluke.
I don't know. Climate change.
Yeah, I do miss going to the beach after work and going for a swim. But we do have the Great Lakes, because I did post. I was mentioning. I'm like, oh, I'm at the beach, and someone was like,
3 minutes from the beach.
Yeah,
from multiple beaches, but it's Massachusetts, so it's cold and full of seaweed.
Yeah, well, I'm right by Lake Ontario, and these pictures are not so great. We went last week, but it was like super kind of cloudy, and we were like thunderstorm warnings were for later that afternoon. So it was kind of hot and rainy, and then I almost killed myself, so that wasn't great.
Oh.
But then we have the river, so we went to the river yesterday. Took the kid for a quick swim. So this river runs right through the town, so there's quite a few little places you can kind of hop on and find the river throughout. You saw the video of her at the hospital. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh my goodness, she's like, it ended in the hospital visit. So I thought maybe like I was expecting like an injury, like getting cut or something like that.
Right. That's what I was worried about too.
Like with
but it feels like she had something similar to what I had, like, or at least her hospital experience was very similar to what I went through a couple of weeks ago, where all of a sudden, suddenly, boom, and I can't breathe. So,
yeah, it sounded like heat exhaustion.
Yeah. Oh, I bet she had that complicating matters for sure.
Yeah, I was feeling.
Taking it easy.
Sorry, I just got a piece of ice. I was on Monday. I came from the job, and I wear the big respirator on the job at work, right? And I was like, maybe just my filters were, because we've been sanding last time I wore it. I did shake them out, but I was just feeling kind of having a hard time catching my breath. And it was hot and kind of muggy and whatever. And when I get home, I was just like, I don't know why. I couldn't get rid of that feeling. And then we see this like air quality advisory from forest fires and smoky. I'm like, oh, well, that's why I'm slightly having like a slight asthmatic reaction, I think, to that. Then I was better by the next day. It's been a bit better. That was the worst day we had it. But yeah. So we have 2 people from New Jersey in the house. Forever Bloom.
The other one, Forever Bloom, is Jennifer.
Yep. And Joe.
Hi.
Jennifer, Joe, the Jays. And then Stinky Puddle Ranch. I can't remember exactly where you were at again. I'm trying to remember where you're at. Yeah, everyone's all over. That's what it's always funny. You watch people in their weather and this and that, especially earlier on in the spring. And it's like, it's like I'm taking my plants in and out of the greenhouse, and these people are like picking tomatoes. It's like, what?
Yeah, early in the season, I'm just looking at everybody down South's channels like,
really? I had to unsubscribe from Callie Kim this winter, because if I had to hear about how cold it was that her tomato wasn't looking great, I was like, nope. I have to wait till it gets warmer again before I can resubscribe to you. I'm sorry, I can't handle this. This is just way too much. I always end up with congestion from the air quality days. Oh no. Yeah. We are indeterminate zones 6B, 7A, and 7B. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, I'm in 5B, 6A, depending on what website I look at. I'm never exactly sure what the what I'm at, but
the majority of Massachusetts is 6A, 5B, 5A, but I am I'm on the North Shore, a little bit north of Boston, and along the coast, and then just out on the Cape, the little hook that comes out of Massachusetts. That one bit is 6B. We're like a weird little microclimate.
Oh, wow. That's
so
nice.
it's slightly warmer. I get like an extra week or two on each side.
Yeah, where I'm at, like I look at the chart and it's like, okay, so you have all of like Southern Ontario, and then there's like this little strip that's a little tiny bit colder, and I'm right on the edge of that. So I'm like, I don't know exactly where I fall into it, because the last frost dates are about 2 weeks difference from the town that's literally like 5 minutes from me. So I'm never sure if I'm like actually in Brampton weather or if I'm closer to like Georgetown weather, because we have like the Niagara Escarpment that runs all the way from like Niagara Falls all the way up through like Southern Ontario and then up into like north of us here. And it's literally, I don't know, like maybe 10 miles from the house. And so it does kind of affect the weather, I think, as well. We have like there's a highway just north of us, and it can be like fine here and it'll be like full of snow just like on the other side of that highway. So we're usually pretty good, but every once in a while the weather patterns kind of shift. And
Chasing bunnies out of my garden. I just pulled in home and there's 3.
Are we gonna get a live bunny show? You better not do anything there. Hi, Monica. Thanks for coming.
My mic has gone all weird and I can't quite hear you anymore.
Okay, no problem.
Let me see if it gets better when I get in the house.
Okay. We shall see if it still works there. Hi, Monica. Thanks for coming by. And thanks for filling out the chart. I noticed you were over there filling out the chart. That's awesome. Thank you so much. It'd be nice if we can all get in there and just subscribe to you. Thank you. Oh, her? Who? I don't know. I don't know who Jennifer's talking to. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like button. So as of tonight, I was kind of excited. As of tonight, I was hoping my goal for the end of what month is this? July. My goal for the end of July was hopefully to. Are you breaking into your house? She's in, and we didn't lose her. So I have 279 subscribers. So I had a big goal of hitting 300 by the end of July, and I think I'm on target. I think I can do it, right? Uh-huh. I started the month at 240. So hopefully people will be interested in the new episodes of my seed giveaways. And we lost Danny again. Oh, there she is. Well, I figured you were because you were here. So I realized that as soon as I said it. I was like, oh, thanks for subscribing. And then I was like, oh, well, you probably wouldn't be here if you hadn't. So, yes. 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 is so far. I'm going one step at a time, Joe. I'm keeping my goals small so that I don't get overwhelmed. With what we were discussing earlier, keeping our expectations low. Aw, hey, puppy. How's he doing? Aw.
Yeah, this is my baby.
Oh, he missed you. Mommy's home. Yay.
Yeah.
It comes faster than you think. I hope so. Gigi. I'm just trying not to be, I don't want that to be my focus too much. But it is exciting when you come on and you've got, a few different, a few newbies, newbie joiners that are following you. And, I try not to plug it too much, like on my personal Facebook page. Like, I don't want to guilt anyone. I don't want to like force friends and family. You have to subscribe.
I don't tell anybody they have to, but I'm like, hey, check out, this is the latest from my garden. And some of them watch and some of them don't. And I don't yell at anybody.
Well, I think what's weird is I think like until you kind of get into the whole YouTuberverse, you don't realize the importance of liking or subscribing. And I really,
it's so true.
Up until
or not skipping the ads. That reminds me something. Ads. That reminds me something that I wanted to mention. So this isn't one of our like YouTubers that's like in our like little friend sphere that we're all in everybody's chats. If anybody knows or has seen the channel Gardening with Skinny Boy Randy, He's hilarious. He has like the best energy in the world.
He is
Well, he was
funny.
out harvesting his corn yesterday, came in the house for a glass of water, took a drink, and immediately had massive stomach pain, like doubled over, couldn't stand up. He had to call 911. Ambulance came, rushed him to the hospital. He had emergency surgery. He's in the hospital. He's gonna be fine, but he had like a tear in his stomach. And all, so he's going to be undergoing some recovery. If anybody can go, like, they're like, his Facebook group is doing donations, but another thing, if you guys want to go and support his channel a little bit, watch a few of his videos, let the ads play through, it's going to really help him. So I figured I would put that as a shout out, because YouTube is a great community. So, and with that, I'm home. I'm going to cuddle my puppy because I need to cuddle my puppy today.
Yeah,
so,
I know. Are you all right? You're going to be all right?
I'm going to be all right. I just got to cuddle my puppy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for joining me. It was so fun to have you along.
Thank you for having me on. It was really fun. And next time I won't be over at Weston's house.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Danny.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.
All right, so let me go see here. Let me just check the chat. Rochelle, if I go live Sunday, which I will find out on Sunday, I'll highlight your chat. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joe. I would really be honored. Thank you. My friends and family have no idea what's going on here, except my mom. She comments too. Yeah, I don't. A lot of people just don't even know. Yeah. Skinny Boy Randy in our prayers. Yes, just subscribe to him. He is so funny. He has so much energy. And he's so excited about everything he does. Yeah. Bye, Gigi. Thank you so much. Oh, he was on live today doing better. Good for him. Good for him. That's scary. You just never know. You just never know what can happen. Like me, I don't know if you can see it. I have this bruise on my arm here. We went to the beach last week, and I was pushing the cart with the beach chairs on it, and kind of hit a bump in the sand. And oh, she's still here. Sorry. I didn't know you were saying bye to. Oh, you were saying goodbye to Danny. Oh, there you go. Yes. All right. Thank you. So guys, I'm pushing the cart, and there was a strap hanging down from the chair that I tripped on, and it pulled the so I have my hands on the cart, and it have the chair here. It pulled the chair down onto my arms like this, and I tripped and I fell. And so my hands were pinned. So I whacked both of my knees on the bottom bar of the chair, and they were bruised. And I whacked both of my forearms here and was pinned underneath. And then I hit my head on the top of the cart. And it freaked me out. Like I fell, and it happened so fast. And then I'm laying there, and I was kind of pinned under the cart. And I was like just kind of stunned and in shock, and it hurt. Oh, I was just worried. I was like, and I was just thinking, I'm like, oh my God, I could have easily just right now broke both of my arms. Like, and I sat there, I was kind of in shock. I was really shaken up after it, because it's just like, you just don't realize how quickly something like that can happen, and how it would just change your life. And of course, the very next day we started a basement, and I had to use my arm. So I did put the Voltaren, and I had it wrapped, and I used the TENS machine, and I took some Aleve, and it's feeling good now. It's not sore anymore. And I'm really grateful I didn't break it because I work with my husband, and we do drywall taping. And so I use my hands all the time. So gardening would have been a problem, but at work would have been a real issue with a broken arm, much less both broken arms. So be careful. And yeah, my husband freaked out. He's like, I fell. He goes, you fell so unnaturally, because I couldn't like grab myself. He thought I like had a stroke on the beach. Like, he was just like freaking out. So yeah, I'm really glad. It was a lesson in being careful and being grateful for having two functioning arms, and that I only got kind of banged up and shaken up. Yeah. I try not to be too melodramatic when I was telling Nicole's like, I didn't realize how bad the fall was. Yeah, I've been talking to her. I was like, oh, I just wiped out at the beach. Thank you. And it's funny because the bruise, like you can see it here now, it didn't come until like Monday. I kept looking and I kept thinking, this thing hurts. It's so sore to the touch. How do I not have a bruise? So that's how long it took for the bruise to develop. So 2 weeks I stabbed my thigh with snippers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I almost got myself with the pruners doing my tomato. And I remember Laura on Garden Answer got herself pretty good with the pruners last year. So I'm extra careful now because, you know, you got your hand back there and you got the pruners going and, you know, it can be dangerous. It didn't go too deep. Ugh. Did you have to get stitches or anything? Or why am I getting so blurry? It's like the camera cannot focus on me. I don't know. Sorry. Probably because it's getting darker in here. The light's going out. Yeah, luckily it didn't go in too deep. Oh, yikes. Yes, thank you. Oh, hi, Tasha. Thank you so much for coming. Thank goodness. No, yeah, that's scary. My husband accidentally had an incident with the chainsaw earlier in the year as well. Kicked back and he got a nice chunk out of his hand there. But we just wrapped it in some paper towel and duct tape and it was all right. So, oh yeah, hopefully everyone is healing up soon. Hopefully everyone is being careful, and I've had a wonderful night. I would like to say thank you. Oh, hey, Farm and HVAC, thanks for coming. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming, and I am going to be cutting out now because I have to get up super early. We have to be on the job tomorrow by 7 because it's a doctor's office. We have to get in there before the receptionist. So it's hopefully not too long of a job, but we do have to get up nice and early and leave nice and early. And I slid in a live a little late. Sorry. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to watch the channel, the show coming up tomorrow, my first episode all about Snapdragons and your chance to win one of the 5 packets of Snapdragons that I will be giving away in that. I'll probably do it on live. So whenever the Snapdragon seeds are actually ripe for the pickings. So it could be sometime probably in August I'll be doing the lives. And I might do like 2 or 3 weeks worth of seed giveaways at one time at one night. So thank you very much. Thank you, Stinky Puddle Ranch. Be well. Great live. Thank you for sharing your space with thank you so much, Stinky Puddle Ranch. Thanks for coming by. And if anyone would like to pop up and be my guest next week, I mean, not next week. I do every other week. So in 2 weeks, let me see what the date on that would be. August 5th. So if anyone is in the mood to pop into a live on August 5th as a guest or just to come in and chat, you are more than welcome. So just drop me a line and let me know if you're interested in that. And thank you so much for coming and good night.